In this video, we're going to take a quick look at what it's like to do a quiz in one of Professor Heaven's courses. And usually it's on a Friday, a 24-hour period. And during that period, this quizzes folder will become available, right? And it will remain available for 24 hours, usually from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. When you go into the folder, you'll see another folder that's has a name of the current quiz. So, for instance, for the very first quiz of the semester, it will say quiz 1. You go into that folder, there are going to be 3 items. One is just kind of a long list of instructions, right? It tells you when the quiz will be available or the folder will be visible. It tells you that the first item in this folder is the Mobius link through which you will get your question. So in fact, let me scroll down so you can see that link. And this is what it will say. It will say quiz 1 questions. And then the instructions are to click on this link to get the question. So let's go ahead and do it. Now, this is just a sample quiz that I put together for the purposes of this video. So let's click on this. And you'll notice you'll see a familiar Mobius window. Up here, it's saying quiz example. And yours, it will say like quiz number 1, quiz number 2. And then you'll see a couple things that you would not have seen on a homework assignment. In fact, let me just kind of zoom in a little bit here. First of all, you do have that 60-minute time limit, right? So on a homework in general, things are unlimited. Also, you don't get a chance to resubmit responses, right? In fact, there are no submissions to Mobius, right? All Mobius is going to do is say, hey, here are the questions, and then you will do all your work on separate paper. So, right, no resubmits, no how did I do's, no, it's not a proctored browser. I'm just going to trust that you're going to do the right thing. You do have one attempt at getting these questions, right? So you can't like get a set of questions, close the window, and then try to get a different set of questions that you think might be easier. No, so you get one attempt at generating your questions. There are no restrictions here set by Mobius. All the restrictions are in Blackboard. And then, sync results. No, that means Mobius is not going to try to put anything back to Blackboard in the gradebook, right? Because Mobius doesn't do any grading. And then it tells you you may start this activity. So I'm going to hit the start button just to show you what it would look like. You will have just a single page of questions, and they'll be, numbered 1, 2, and so forth. Up in the upper right hand corner, you'll see that timer. So the moment you click on the link, this timer starts. And just be forewarned, there is nothing you can do to stop this timer. You could restart your computer, doesn't matter, because this timer is running on an external server, right? So once you click on that link, just be aware you have roughly 60 minutes to get everything done. If you scroll down, you'll see a lot of the buttons grayed out. There's no next button. There is a submit button, and this is really just you officially closing it out, saying that I'm done. Once you're finished with the quiz, you could actually just close the tab altogether or exit your browser completely. You don't officially have to submit anything because, again, Mobius isn't going to grade anything. So you'll have your questions just like this. Keep an eye on the timer. You'll do your written work on a separate piece of paper. Then you'll take that and make it into a PDF. And once that is all done, as I said, you could just close this tab, and you don't need the Mobius tab anymore. So we'll close it. And then you have a second link in there, and this is where you'll submit your written work in Blackboard, and it will say whatever quiz number you're working on. So if it's the first quiz of the semester, it will say quiz 1. You click on it, and you'll see the typical submission area. So this was from an old course. Obviously, we're way past January 29, 2021. But this is what it will look like. The total possible points, because of the rubric that we use, this SGN rubric, each part of a question is worth 2 points. So if you see something that says total possible points like 16, that means there are 8 questions total that you would have to answer, and then 2 points for each would give you the 16. So then you'll click on, browse local files, find your PDF, attach it, and submit. You can leave a comment. A lot of you say something like quiz 1 submission. That's not required. Obviously, once you have the PDF submitted, that's enough it's essentially a notification that you've submitted it, and then you hit submit. So I'm not going to do that because I didn't attach a file. I'm going to hit cancel. Just a couple other things. So when you click on the link to get the questions, I know exactly when that happens. And when you click on the link to submit it in Blackboard, I know that when that happens as well. And roughly that process should take you 60 minutes. If you're over by a second or two, the link is not going to disappear. It will still be there, but I will have a way of monitoring the time. So if you, again, run into any sort of technical difficulties and you feel like, maybe you submitted the wrong file, or whatever the issue is, your internet goes down, again, don't freak out. Just send me an email. And hopefully, if it's not an internet thing, but some other issue that can be easily resolved, for instance, if I need to clear your attempt, I can do that and then just give you a couple more minutes to upload the correct file, right? So if anything happens, and that's why I put this last note here, if you have any sort of technical issues, just contact me immediately. And that's the process for a quiz. So good luck, and I hope everything goes smoothly.